Alright guys, good afternoon. It is Mr. Carpin, P&D Outdoors here again, or David. I said I was going to do this drone review for y'all, and I know there's thousands of these out because this drone's like 2 years old. But like I said before, I'm going to bring this to my subscribers, my viewers. Maybe I'll add a little insight if you are decided to buy a drone. And let me tell you, if you decide to buy a drone, do your research. There's a couple things on here I thought I was getting, and then when it showed up, it wasn't. And I almost feel like Amazon might have played a part in that, because if you go to Holy Stone to buy this, they give you a link that takes you to Amazon because you buy them off Amazon. I thought this was a HS270G for gimbal. The G is actually GPS. So $349 normal. On Amazon, there's an instant coupon for 60 bucks, not affiliated with me. It's what the Holy Stone is giving you right now. So this drone, out the door, package and all, was $329.69 or something like that. But it is the Holy Stone HS720. Bandwidth sucks. I thought it was 5G. It's 2.4 gigs, but that's not bad, really. That's still good. 26 minutes of flight time per battery. That's a lie. I've already tried that out. If you're using the camera, HD, and the follow me and the orbit and all the controls on the controller, I got roughly on a full battery 12 minutes. So it's a little off, but that's all right. Let's get it open. So I did already open it, guys, because of course I'm crazy about getting stuff in and then it'd be broke. So I already went through this to make sure that nothing was broke, and then we'll do the review. So, start off with the case. I like the color, slate gray. It matches the overlanding truck, the Nissan. Not what you would call an extreme hard case. You know, there's 3/16, maybe a 1/4 inch padding, which is, I mean, if it's in a carrying case or a travel bag at in the airport, you're fine. And just FYI on that, guys, if you do buy this drone, you do have to register it with the FFA on the website. You do not have to have the 107 license to fly it recreational, but if you fly it commercially, or you take pictures of stuff, or you make videos for YouTube, you have to have the 107 commercial license, which takes 6 weeks of courses, $300 and something. Some places are all the way up to $500. Of course, they guarantee to pass. They'll pay for your class. The class is $175 for the test, and you have to pass with a 70. And apparently, it's not that easy, because the FFA really kind of throws some trick questions in to make sure you're paying attention. So if you're going to use this commercially for YouTube, to earn money, to gain subscribers and followers, that's a gray area right now. They're doing legislation on that. But I was told not to do it. I've watched some YouTube videos. The guy's like, if you're putting this on YouTube to generate revenue and income for your family off of YouTube, it's an absolute no-no if you do not have a 107 license. So I think that is retarded. We're Americans. We pay our taxes. We own the land around us. It was given to us by the grace of God. I don't understand why I cannot take this drone, go to my boat, take some photos and pictures and video of me and my wife fishing, and put it on my YouTube channel and make a little bit of money off of YouTube without having to have a license and jump through all those hoops. Now, if you are working for real estate, or somebody that wants you to do a full wedding, or you're doing where you're around people and there's insurance issues and you could hurt somebody, and you're doing drone shows, yes, that's commercial. You're making money. It's strictly, I mean, you're literally out there getting paid to do something, which I know YouTube does that to you too, but you're really getting paid by YouTube for your recreational use. That's all I'm going to go into. That's my rant. Look it up for yourself. You do have to take the trust test. It's free. It's 33 modules on the FFA website. Keep it in the drone. I got mine right here. It took me 20-something minutes to do it. You get your authorization token with a name, issue date. It's good for 3 years. Put it in here. Have it with you at all times, guys. And if you do go get the 107, have it with you at all times. This right here, when you register it for $5, you get a registration number. It's got to be on the drone at all times. I guess it doesn't matter if y'all see that because it's registered under my name, my social security number. So, I mean, I guess you could steal it, put it on your drone and fly it into something and blame me for it. But, you know, the drone has cameras and they're regulated. There is something else coming out too. I just heard about that I didn't even check. I got to check on my drone now. Is an IR or an RI. I guess it sends out a transmission, like an actual plane with a black box. It sends out a transmission. So if you're around certain areas, they can track you. I don't know exactly what that is. I actually have to go through that and learn that because I don't know. But on the government website, it is faadronezone.ffa.org. That's the only website. Trust me, guys. There's a whole bunch of affiliate websites out there that make you pay $5 and come to find out they are not the website. You're wasting your money. You will have to go back to the website I just gave you, and you're going to have to pay the $5 for that. And it's $5 for unlimited amount of drones. You can use a sticker on any other drone. Like if I have 10 drones, one registration number for the thing. So good for 3 years. Every 3 years, you pay another $5. But make sure you take the trust test and you do this because if you do get caught and they stop you, a sheriff's officer or a DPS, someone stops you, you've got to have 3 things. What are you flying? What's your intent? Recreational. Cool. Where's your trust test? You don't have to have it, but I'd have it because then it starts leading into other questions. What's your intent? Recreational. Trust test. Perfect. There's your license number. They look on the little computer, send it in, Roger. Okay, you're good to fly. Keep it below 400 feet. You're good to go. I just would say I wouldn't mess with these people because you don't mess with the feds. They can ruin your life pretty quickly. Okay, so let's start off. Sorry, guys, that was a long intro rant. I really apologize that. So you get paperwork. You get the book. And believe it or not, this is probably one of the better instructional manuals I've ever seen for something like this, for a drone or like a toy. I mean, this ain't really a toy, though. This is actually a tool. They consider this an actual quadcopter, an unmanned flying machine. So that's why you have to have a license for certain things. But this actually works pretty good. It's a good manual. I'll give them 5 stars on that. They do give you 4 extra blades. Not gonna lie, I flew this for the first time yesterday, crashed it, didn't break a blade, thank God, but I nicked it good. Then they give you, of course, the replacement screws to go with it. They give you a 2-dock C9 charger, which is awesome. Everybody's coming to times. They're actually upgrading. I wish everything would just go to this. I think everybody agrees there's 10,000 different chargers for the cell phone, for the GoPros, for the walkie-talkies, there's just too much. Go to one setting or one instrument or one plug, however you want to say it, and do that. So this is a 2-bank charger. I'm going to give this a 3. This feels cheesy. It feels cheap. The batteries, actually, you have to roll this all the way down like that. And then these batteries plug in like that. And if it's not laying flat, it's coming out. I guess you could hang them, but I don't think it'll work. So I don't like that. To me, cheesy. They could have been a little bit better with that. I mean, it is an entry level. Still almost $250,000. So to me, that's a lot for this redneck. It's a lot of money. I sold some band instruments, for my band that I was in messing around to get this. So, I mean, I feel like they could have done a little better for that. Oh, on the batteries too. You do get 2 batteries. Now, they say 26 minutes. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I didn't get that. I fully charged them up now. And just so y'all know, just because they're both plugged in, they both don't charge at the same time. One charges, the other one's on standby, and this one turns green, and this one starts charging. 8 hours. And it says it in the manual, 7 to 8 hours from dead to full. So I don't like that. They could have done something with a little bit quicker charging, because if you're out in the field and you're making videos, you run through this in 12, 15 minutes because you're shooting high def 4K video and you're using the gimbal and you're moving it around, and then you only have one extra one left. I guess you could go buy 5 or 6, 7, 8 of these dang things and have them all charged so you have 3 hours straight. I do not know how long they hold a charge. I charged these up last night. I am going to check them tomorrow. I'm going to give them 24 hours untouched in the box and see where they stand. But 8 hours, to me, in today's technology, 2025, with our battery technology and our cell phone technology, there should be a quick charge. I would say maybe 2 hours. Because when we go on overlanding camping trips, I do have a Jackery, which is a self-powered system that runs off solar panels. Charge my cell phone 1,000,000 times, run a lamp, run a heater. The whole point of having that is so I can charge my cameras and all my gear when I'm out in the field. But if this takes 7 to 8 hours to charge, I mean, that you're going to use this once a trip, unless you get paid on YouTube and you take 2 weeks worth of trips and you have unlimited money. But 8 hours, sorry, 8 hours too long. I do believe they could get better than that. These could 4 hours to charge. Upgrade the batteries, guys. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, sorry, moving on. You do get a little cheesy little screwdriver. You know, I'll probably throw an actual little toolkit in here. That actually is better. All right, let's go to the controller. The controller, the left-hand toggle here, like an Xbox or PlayStation controller, does nothing. It's just there for looks. I almost broke it because I was like, maybe it's stuck, and I found out it's for looks. This one, pan. I think it's the Y-axis, maybe the X-axis of the camera, up and down. That's what this does. Then you have your lights button, and then you change the speed. This is a 2-speed drone, slow and low, high and fast. So GPS, turn it on for GPS, turn it off for GPS. If you're a beginner, I highly recommend you use GPS. That's how I crashed my drone the first day I had it. Turned it on, played with it, turned it off, played with it. Guess what? Turn it back on, zoom, it starts headed towards the GPS where it came from. Hit my porch, hit the side of my house, almost busted out my window, landed on the wooden porch. I literally had to pick it up while it was on because I freaked out and forgot to turn the controller off, which would have shut the drone off. But I'm new at this, so I freaked out and I let it hit the wall, and I just tried to pick it up. Didn't get cut with the blades, thank God, and I was able to shut it down. So just remember that, guys. Camera right here, one click, takes one, hold, does I think 3 bursts, up to 3. You have to check each drone's different. Antennas, 3 stars. They look cheap, they look built cheap. If I drop this on accident, this is broke. Where the wire comes through on the back, I feel like there should be some type of wire covering on that. Maybe just a little piece of polymer, or let's say wiring covering, like what am I trying to say here? Not Teflon. Oh, like braided, like some type of braided cloth, or I know the word. I used to put it on. I used to be a mechanic. I used to put it over the wires all the time. Anyways, that stuff. Cover that a little bit, because look, that wire just bends back and forth, and that's gonna break. I guarantee you. And then you're gonna lose signal and be all pissed off. They do fold here nicely, but look, after I opened it the very first time out of the box, now it won't go back. Oh, well, see, you live and you learn. I'm a little slow. Okay, so they pop into place. So okay, well, that's why we're doing the review. Okay, now I feel dumb. So they do pop in place. So I still give it a 3 for quality built, but whatever. All right, cell phone holder. Guys, I've done put my cell phone in here. It's not very big. I have a small Motorola phone. It was 140 bucks. It's cheap. This thing is not going to hold your Galaxy or your iPhone 16, because it goes from there to there. I measured it, 3.5 inches. It's not very big for big phones. So you're not going to get that big wide screen like your other big drones. But yeah, so you tilt it forward, you're engaged, your phone goes in, tilt it back. Seeing that right there? God, I don't understand what's in there, but I feel like it's going to break. Push it back down. Put these back down. When you hear the click, now that I know you got the click it down safely. Buttons. Unlock the blades. Turns it on. Battery for the controller. Looks like the little iRobot guy. Battery for the drone, which is 0. This drone will not fly unless there's at least 7 satellites. I was getting 19 on a cloudy, windy day out here in the middle of Conroe, nowhere. I can't say nowhere anymore. We're literally close to the woodlands, so we're by big cities. We're actually the city. I can't even say country no more. We've so grown up so bad. But GPS is on. There you can see it goes off. It's on mode 2. Don't know what that means. Maybe that's speed. Let's see. Let's see what this button does. High and low, but I don't know what mode 2 is. I'll have to look that up. When you're in the app will tell you stuff too, because you do have to download 2 apps. One to pair and to register the drone to your phone, and another app, Orville or Portal. I don't remember what it's called. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I'm not prepared for this. I can't remember the app. It's in the instructions. I apologize. That's to link the drone camera to your phone so you can actually get footage done by Wi-Fi. 2.4 megahertz. If you have a 5G phone, go to your settings, flip it to 2.4, or you won't connect. They don't tell you that in the book, because my phone does 5G and 2.4, so I had to switch my phone to 2.4 Wi-Fi. There we go. And let's see. Oh, and by another thing, I was flying my drone close to my house. It picked up my Wi-Fi in my house. My phone switched to my Wi-Fi, disconnected the drone, and my drone went to hover mode. Thank God. And then I was able to hit home. Home, and it came home and landed. So if you're close to other Wi-Fi, your phone will automatically switch to it unless you turn that feature off. So that's the controller, guys. It does. Almost forgot this. That is neat. I do like that, because if you didn't have that, this would be pointless. There is a lot of good feedback. You get resistance on the toggles, so it kind of puts pressure back on your thumb, so you can really control where you're at on the axis of the controllers. That's good. I'll give those a 4 or 5 star. Let's say 4 1/4 star. Handles, good thick handles. I do like that. I'll give those 5 star. They lock in and out of place. I feel like those are pretty decent. They might last a while as long as you don't break them, drop them. But yeah, controller. And it is heavy, I'm not going to lie. I don't want to take nothing away from it. Overall, I'll give the controller a 4. 4 out of 5. I think it does pretty good for the price. All right, now for the piece de resistance, the drone. You have your power button on top. If you turn it over, you do have your sensors for landing and finding the GPS fix with the internal GPS card inside on the chip, motherboard, however you want to say it. Then we'll flip it over here. You can see here that this drone does have some type of anti-stabilism. You touch it. I don't like the gear. It looks like it's out of a dang RC car. It's a plastic gear. They could have done a little better, a little harder plastic probably. Because I don't know. It just seems like after, but you know, it's going to go. Maybe I'm just being a crybaby. All right, let's open this buddy up. You do have to flick out the right wing on each side first, or the other one won't open. Which, if you've ever had a drone, you know. If you haven't, like me, then you'll understand. Voila. There's the drone. So this drone does weigh 595 grams, which is 1.318 pounds. So you do have to register it with the FFA on the ffa.dronezone.faa.org website for $5. Super simple. YouTube video is online. Look, there's thousands of them. Look them up. The guys will walk you right through step by step what to click. I did mine like that. Battery goes in from the bottom. It does have a pretty nice button. Like I said, check for bubbles, check for warps. Make sure they did not get hot, because this lithium battery will burn your house down. It's not a joke. Truthfully, I keep all my batteries that are lithium outside in the shed with my tools around them in like a metal box, because I don't trust them. But you know, it's up to you, your discretion. So I did notice if you're holding the drone either up, you're good, and it still hits. But see right there, hits the lip. You got to put up just a little bit. I feel like there's a little bit of maybe of an engineering thing, nothing major, but you do get a good click, which to me that sounds stable. They put some time into the spring, into the actual lever of the lock. So I will give that a 5. Super sturdy. There's pads where there's need to be pads. There are vents on the side of this thing and the bottom, guys. So do not be flying this in weather. I mean, it is kind of covered, but these vents go straight to the motherboard. I would not trust that to not get wet and go zzz and call it a day. And you're out 200, 300 bucks. Brushless motors. That's awesome. There's no brushes inside to wear down, to wear out. That is actually a pretty good feature for this quality of a drone or this price of a drone. Overall, these actually have good reviews online. I'm not going to tear this down. There's been people that's flown these for a few years and then come back and say they're great. I trust them. That's why I bought it. There is a slot for a micro SD card up to a 32 gig. So that's a lot of time, even though you'll never fill that up in one flight, like I said, unless you have like 10 of these. But yeah, overall, I will give the drone a 5. It's well built. I did crash it pretty hard yesterday. It hit 3 solid walls and a porch. There's no scratches, no dents on the thing. It didn't split it. It didn't crack the housing. Only thing it did was that blade right there got tore up a little bit and pinched right there. But it still flies fine, even though the FFA part of that trust test says it is up to you to know if your drone's in working order. So that really right there would be a no-no. They would want you to change that blade out so you know 100% that blade is not going to split and crack. So I probably will do it. Oh, so here's the stuff I was talking about. So see that stuff around the wires, guys? Wire cover, wire housing. It's made out of some type of material. They could have put that on the wires here. Just a little, you know, 2 cents, and that would have upgraded that wire on that thing right there on the controller, just to help it with the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you fly a lot. What else here? It's got landing pads. I like that. Yesterday when I took it off and landed it, it landed pretty smooth. I did try to land it on like some unlevel surface, and it actually lifted back up, scooted over and landed down, or landed on the ground. So that was good. Lights are super bright. You can see them, which they got to be, because when you're in the air, even under 400 feet in the air, you got to have running lights like a boat or a plane, red and green. I didn't see any white lights on here, so I don't know if it's supposed to have white lights on the. I don't know. It would have it because the FAA regulates everything, so it would have it if it was supposed to. So all right, guys, folds back up pretty quick. I mean, if it goes to rain or you're in a hurry, you can just bam and bam. You know, I might be being a little rough to it, but that's how I am. I want stuff to work. But that's it, guys. That's the whole drone. Got the camera. It's got everything you need. Super awesome. Back to the inside of the case. I do love that all this is molded because, you know, if you take this on a plane, it's not going to jumble around. It's going to hold everything where it needs to be. Keep it from being bounced around because, you know, it's electronics. You have motherboards, you have processors, you have memory stick cards, all that stuff. Like I said, once again, trust test in here. The drone is labeled from the outside, and I did mine with a label maker, so it's waterproof. Because I'm not dealing with it. If I get stopped by a police officer, a cop, or a game warden, I want him to look at it and go, "You're compliant. Have a great day." I do not want to spend time talking to law enforcement. It does come with a little pad on top like that. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything, guys. Like I said, I'm not going to go too in depth. There's a lot of videos online. If you did make it this far, I truly appreciate you watching my video and watching my review. I'm not an expert. This is just some dude at his house doing a review for y'all and for my subscribers. So if you do want to get into drones, there's a little tips there in there for you about the 107 test and the recreational side of things. And, you know, I think it's going to be fun. I really do. It's going to add a level of shots that I've been wanting to get with my GoPro that I just can't get, like over the top of me when I'm catching a fish and that big carp splashes and he's on the hook, or when Nancy's catching a bass and that bass is coming up and I get that epic jump off the water, or even a top water bite with a frog. I really think it's going to be awesome. I look forward to bringing y'all those videos and new things. So, all right, guys. Like I said, that's going to be it for today. I appreciate y'all sticking around. If you made it to the end, thank you very much. Y'all have a blessed day. Everybody stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the next one.